Okay, I'd like to call to order this Thursday, February 4th, 2021 meeting of Springfield Historic Commission. Commissioners Kroll, Finn, McFarland, Belton, and Walsh are present. Let me just go over some of the COVID processes. In order to enable municipal government to continue its important work during the COVID-19 pandemic, while assuring both city employees and citizens can satisfy CDC social distancing guidelines, the city of Springfield is providing public notice it will conduct a public hearing using remote technology. Copies of said petitions, text, and maps may be requested by email or phone. Email should be directed to the Office of Planning and Economic Development at Allen, that's AALLEN, at springfieldcityhall.com, or by calling 413-787-6020. To view, it's on the Focus Community TV website, and I think you can pick them up on YouTube as well. Public comment will all be taken in two segments. The first public comment period will be taken prior to the meeting discussion. The second public comment period will take place after the meeting and will remain open for 24 hours after the meeting. To provide for public comment in writing, mail the Springfield Historic Commission, 70 Tapley Street in Springfield, or email Allen at springfieldcityhall.com. To provide for public comment by voicemail, 413-750-3223. Messages received will be played at the Historic Commission hearing or at the continued hearing date. All commenters should state their name, address, and company or organizational affiliation in addition to the items their comments pertain to. Voice messages received 24 hours before the hearing will be put into the record during the public hearing, and comments after the meeting will be entered at the continued date for the hearing. Voice messages are limited to 2 minutes. To request a reasonable accommodation or language service, please call 413-787-6020. Okay, we have no tabled items, and we have no continued public hearing items. And just for those who are on these, all these are new hearings, and we do not take votes on the new hearings because of the COVID guidelines, in order to allow for the public commentary to happen after. So these will all be moved after you guys present your for the petitioners. They'll all be moved to the 18th, February 18th, which is where the votes will take place. So any questions? Okay, let's get right to 176 Florida Street. This is an application for certificate of appropriateness, 176 Florida Street, Hector Rivera, roof-mounted solar array of 29 panels at 8.6 kilowatts DC with a square footage of 256 square on 3 separate roofs. There's an email here from Hector Rivera giving permission to Jerry Tony Isaacs to be my representative at the historic meeting on February 4th at 5 p.m. Okay, who's presenting for this petitioner?
Give your name and address.
Tony Isaacs. Oh, I apologize, Mr. Allen.
No, go right ahead. You're up. Just give your name and address. Yep.
My name is Tony Isaacs. I work for Bright Planet Solar. We're actually representing Mr. Rivera for the 176 Florida Street in Springfield, Mass. You guys received the letter. He sent an email giving us permission to represent.
Yes, you go right ahead.
So we would like to install the 29 panels on his roof. They've been designed the best possible way that they can be, according to the output that the sun was going to give these panels. That way the homeowner can get the provided production that we were agreeing to give to him. We can move the electrical equipment on the ground towards like the back of the house, but the panels, they really cannot move up any of these roofs due to the production.
Okay, are there renderings here? It's what I'm looking for here. Okay, where are they? Oh, here it is. Okay. So just describe where they're relative to the view from a public way. Where are they going to? How are they?
So if you actually look at the second page of the plan set, it'll show that Florida Street is all the way to the right-hand side of the
I
paper.
got it. Good. I got it. Thank you. Yep.
So the panels are mostly towards the front part of the house on the road, and then on the back left side of the house.
Okay.
I couldn't actually see the documents you were holding up in your hand, but I do have them here. Because you
No,
have, like,
they should
auto-
have copies of that. Yeah, that's not.
I have copies of it. I just wanted to let you know you have some kind of filter on so that when you're holding those things up, we can't
Yeah,
actually
it
see 'em.
stays blurry. Yeah.
Yeah, like your background, the blur setting.
Okay, but I'm looking at the property picture. I'm looking at the front door. And I'm not orienting here. Let me see. It just doesn't seem like the same.
I did actually go there. I live in Chicopee myself. Our office is out of Auburn.
Okay.
But I drove to Springfield and took pictures of this residence. So I did submit some pictures.
Yep.
Since there isn't any panels really going on the rear of the house, I have pictures of the right-hand side, the left-hand side, and then the road facing front side of the house.
Okay, so it's just the rendering, where you have the panels laid out don't seem to fit the pictures of the house. Oh, I see what it's going on. Oh, okay, I got it. Just took me a second. I just had to.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of determine if you haven't seen it from the actual sky view. So.
Okay, I have it now, though. Okay. And you're proposing to put some on the roof of the upper porch, and then some on the left. Okay, I got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now
You're going to be above the porch, not actually on the porch itself. On the roof, right above the porch. So it'll be the main structure of the residence.
okay. Now, what all the wiring, the visibility of the conduits and such?
Okay, so with all that equipment there, all that equipment is going to be towards the ground, is going to be close to the meter. But it can all be relocated by the electrician on site. You can relocate it to the rear of the house, so that way it's not seen by anybody who's driving by, or the neighbors who can see it directly from the side of their house. We can position it to the rear of the house.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the least visibility possible is what we recommend.
Yes, sir.
And now, where is the meter on this property?
It's actually, if you look at that same.
Oh, it listed right here, number 2. Okay. Yep.
And
I
they
see,
try
I
to
see.
keep
Now I got the
everything
picture.
next to the meter to keep everything within code. But like I said, once again, it can be moved if needed.
Tell me what the code, you said it has to be near the meter?
Yes, just within visibility of the meter. So that way, if there's a fire or anything of that nature, that way the fire department would be able to come and see the disconnects right
The
away.
disconnects right there, right.
Yeah, and they would be able to shut everything off. So that way there's no issues from the roof.
Now, are there other elements of this installation that could be on the back of the house?
Pretty much just the equipment that's going to be located near the meter. Most of that equipment could go to the back, but other than that, all the panels need to stay on the roof.
Oh, well, no, we understand that. I'm talking about how to make it the least visible installation, like the side of the house. I know you've seen them. We've all seen them where you can just see the stuff. First of all, going across the roof. We prefer any conduits to blend to the roof as much as possible, and then coming down the side.
Options, sir. We have many different options. Sometimes they can go in and drill straight through the roof and go into the attic and work through the attic, and then come out near the basement. So that way, there's no conduit shown that way. There's many different ways they can do it. It would be up to the electrician on site and then to speak with our operations manager to see exactly how they move forward with that project.
Okay. All right. I mean, I like hearing that it's possible to put most of this stuff on the back of the house. I understand the disconnect has to be near the meter.
Yes, for safety reasons.
Yeah, for safety reasons. Okay. Is there anything else unique or unusual about the installation that you might?
No, nothing unique or anything of that nature that I know of. I do know that it is a large house. The neighborhood is a very nice neighborhood. It is a large house, so that's why the gentleman is trying to actually get the solar, just to kind of offset the electricity bill a little bit.
Okay. Any commissioners have any questions?
Yes, I'd like to make a suggestion. If it can't be run through the roof and
This is Commissioner
it has
Belton
to be
speaking. Go
on
ahead.
the outside of the house, is there a way that the petitioner can paint it so it blends in with the structure of the house as much as possible?
Typically, that can take place after the fact of the inspections. And then once the inspectors have inspected it, they'll be the ones that can answer that question.
Well, go ahead, Tony.
We have labels that actually go every 10 feet on pipe. So every 10 feet, you have to be able to see those labels. So that's the only part of the pipe that would not be able to be painted, was where that label
I
is.
mean, we've had installations where they had they had conduits of different color that would be more blending thing. I mean, the back of the house is the first option we normally take. And if that's not possible, they'll have to explain to us why it's not possible, but just to blend it in as much as can be.
Okay.
And but I just want to, I'm not sure what other commissioners are thinking, but if you find that it can't be in the back, I mean, right now you kind of said it could be, and I think we would prefer that. If you find it can't be, you do have to let us know that, because that takes part of what we want to do is what Commissioner Belton just said, to buy either paint or color of some kind, or a conduit that can be painted and colored to blend it into the side of the house. If there's nothing else, you'd like to add, because we do have to open this to public commentary over the next couple of days. If there's no questions from commissioners, any questions?
Yeah. I have one question, please. Is
Commissioner,
there a way to determine how much of this could actually be run through the roof or attic prior to us approving this?
I can actually put a proposal through to my account management team, so that way we can get somebody out there to see what can be done. So that way we can send a surveyor out there to see if that's actually possible.
Okay.
Some houses don't have attic access, so that's actually required to do one
Sure.
of these boxes. So once we send a surveyor out there, they would be able to look at it, and then they can note in our system what it is, like what's going to be required, and if that is a possibility. Once we find that out from the surveyor, then I could relay it to you guys to let you know.
okay, I'd like to hear that.
Can you do that by February 18th, which is the next meeting?
February 18th, I can get it done for you guys for sure.
Okay, that would be great. Any other questions for the petitioner? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to continue to the meeting on the 18th.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call the roll for vote. Commissioner Kroll,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Belton,
Yes.
sorry, Tom, reading the wrong thing. Commissioner Welch. So that's continued. So any other things you can bring for the 18th, then that's when we'll vote on this. But
All right.
thank you very much for the detail in your paperwork.
All right, thank you, gentlemen, very much for your time, and we're going to get that redesigned so that way it shows the equipment on the back of the house for the 18th.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, next is 96 Sumner Avenue. I see Jim Craven is on. So it's an application for a certificate of appropriateness to replace 4 windows with no structural change. Okay, Jim, if you'd like to jump in there, just state your name and address for the record and tell us what's going on.
Yes, sir. My name is Jim Craven. I live at 96 Sumner Avenue. I've lived here for approximately 25 years now. I thought I was going to be represented by Chris Miney from Lowe's, who is,
Oh, he's on.
is he on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Because he's got the technical knowledge of this replacement I'm doing.
Well, if you would like Chris to jump in there, we'd love to hear from him.
Okay,
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Chris Minnie from Lowe's Home Improvement at 1560 Boston Road in Springfield. So the customer purchased 4 special order windows through us that look exactly like the ones that are coming out. The special order windows, I believe they came in today, but when I left the store today, they weren't in. So I haven't got a picture of the actual window yet. But we do have the designs that Pella sent us that I submitted with the application.
Okay, let me see. I'm looking through. I only see pictures of the actual windows. Were there renderings of the Pella windows that you ordered?
What's that? Renderings?
Yeah, were there pictures of what was ordered or no?
Yes, there was.
Commissioner Walsh, they're on the order sheet. Towards the end.
Okay, well, let me go through some more. Because those are some beautiful windows there that you're replacing.
They are very nice.
Yep. Well, there's no picture in my packet here. I mean, there's an order, but there's no picture of a window. So, but that's neither here nor there. Just are they wood windows of the same? Are you
Yes.
just replacing sashes?
The wood windows are the same, and they got the custom grills to replicate what they look like now.
Right. But I mean, you're just sashes. You're not putting new window frames or anything in.
Oh no.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Any other commissioners have any questions for Chris or Jim?
Alvin, do they have a copy of the guidelines so they'll know how the window has to fit in there?
I'm not sure if
But
they,
it sounds like they're doing repair and replace, so it shouldn't matter then.
Well, if Tom, out of the gate here, it sounds like they're replacing a wood window with the same window. The only thing that we would be considering would be if the I want to say what do you call it? If it's going to look the same, if the lights are going to be the same, and it sounds like they're going to be identical wood windows.
They are.
So that's correct, Chris?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of fiddling here looking for this picture. Try one more here.
yeah, there's a small figure. It's so on the order sheet where you see special architect traditional double hung. There's
Oh, that's the picture?
yeah, that's the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have right now. The special order windows were scheduled to come in today, so tomorrow morning I should be able to give you guys if the windows came in, I should be able to give you a picture of what they exactly look like.
Okay. Well, my question was mainly is how is the lower sash going to fit to the sill, at the existing sill? Part of our guidelines, we want that to fit. As opposed to, I'm going to just give you an example. Like when you do a vinyl window, you got a couple inches of vinyl going around, and then it fits into the vinyl, and it leaves like a 4-inch, shows 4 inches of vinyl. How does this sit down the bottom? It sounds like that's why I asked if you're just replacing sashes without changing anything on the frame. But that picture makes it look like it's within another frame.
Right. So I wrote that question down. I'm going to get with the contractor on that because I'm not the guy that actually replaces the windows. I'm just the guy that gets the permits and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I'm not sure how that's going to work. I've never done that before, but I can have that answer for you by the 18th.
No, that'd be great. If you happen to be able to get a picture and send it to Alvin, so we could see it before the 18th, that'd be great. It's that way we'd know what we're dealing with before we get there. I mean, a wood window that looks nearly identical if not identical. Special order sounds like, like something I would really be appreciate being done. So any other information would be great, just to kind of confirm that.
I'm hoping to have the picture that you guys over there first thing in the morning when I go in. So
Okay.
hopefully that works out like that.
We still, we can't take any action till the next meeting anyway, so you don't have to, just the sooner the better.
Yes, sir.
Any questions from commissioners? Okay, hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to continue to the meeting on the 18th.
Moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, and any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the roll. Commissioner Kroll,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Belton,
Yes.
and Commissioner Walsh is yes. So that, of course, is continued to the next meeting. Just bring us some more details, because we will have a motion and a vote at the next meeting. And that's it for that. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
And Chris, appreciate it.
You.
Okay, the next new public hearing is 100 Marengo Park.
Hello, I am Leo Duplessis from Vista Home Improvement, representing Mark and Dolly Jones.
Okay. Hang on one sec before you get going.
Mhm.
Not sure if I put it in the file, but I did receive an email.
Okay, that's just what I was looking for, but if you say we got one, we got one. Okay, this is an application for a certificate of hardship. 100 Marengo Park, Mark D. Jones, remove 13 current windows and install 13 new vinyl windows, no other changes, no width or size changes. Going to white exterior due to the, wait a minute, going to white exterior due to brown exterior windows being at 40% increase in price. Is the petitioner on with it, or is it just you, Mr.?
Just me, but can I clarify something? We're
Sure.
not changing to white. The current windows are white vinyl with white trim.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this says going to white. Yeah. So there are
Yeah, well-
existing white. Okay.
Correct. What we got was a letter saying the original color was brown
Right.
after we made our first application, but currently they're white with white trim.
Okay. All right. I'm just,
Now, the ones that are white, are they the original ones or replacement windows?
No, those are white vinyl windows at the moment, and they're new construction vinyl windows.
now the ones that are in there.
Yes,
Yeah.
So you're actually replacing white vinyl windows with white vinyl windows?
correct.
Oh, okay. So they're
Do they
actually,
come in a darker color?
They do. We can't. The problem right now, and I don't know how much you guys know about what's going on with vinyl and COVID, but you can no longer get brown dyed windows in right now due to most of the brown dyes come from Mexico, and they can't cross the border. So you can get brown painted windows, which are much more expensive than when they were brown dyed windows, and also don't last nearly as long. So the paint scratches after 10 years. And they are cost prohibitive, as I mentioned. So that's a 40% increase from the manufacturer. So
and the application under hardship is because of the difference in the cost.
correct. Yeah, it's actually a 60% increase to us, which is even bigger than what we show to the customer.
Okay, so these are going to the living room, dining room. So I'm looking at pictures here,
Yes.
and but I'm not seeing, oh, I guess that is a white, let's kind of, it's not clear that these are already existing white vinyl windows.
Well, I mean, the pictures show that they're white. I guess we can get better pictures that they're vinyl.
No, I'm just scouting it out, because I see some windows that are clearly black. And dark windows would have been normal for the age of the house. But replacing with like kind presents a different kind of problem. I mean,
I actually don't have any black pictures, any black windows on any of my pictures.
Just the sashes, not how they painted the outside.
No, the sashes are not black either. Well, there might be a couple original wood windows left. We're not replacing those actually.
Yeah,
So those ones I'm looking at pictures, but I don't have information on those particular
no, that's
ones.
okay. That's okay. I'm just scouting around here.
No, that's all right. I just want to make sure I answer you correctly.
Yes, yeah, thank you very much. So the two windows on the third floor appear to be vinyl replacement windows already.
Yes. So I think most of them were replaced, just looking through the pictures real quick, and I was not the one at this house, so
Yeah.
again, I'm going off of pictures with you here, but it looks like there was just 2 or 3 that weren't replaced, that are still black sashes.
Right, but these pictures aren't showing that to me. They look like there's some storm windows. I don't
So
know.
anything with a storm would be the ones that weren't replaced originally.
Right.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at a couple in the front.
No,
So these ones on-
It's hard to tell. It looks like there's actually several where you can see storm windows, and I think the ones around the back are certainly black.
right, but
Are
they're,
these ones, the ones on this back door that I'm looking at, that's actually not a storm. That's because you have a new construction vinyl with cove molding. The first 2 next to the door are definitely vinyl. The next one over is a lower end vinyl window with cove molding on it.
Yeah.
So you're looking like it looks like 2 frames there, but that's actually a vinyl frame too.
okay.
Commissioner Walsh, I might suggest a site visit for this property.
Sure, I would agree. I'm sure we can certainly do that well before the next meeting, so that shouldn't be a problem. Part of it is just to actually see what's there versus, because the pictures aren't terribly clear. And to get a better idea of, now are any, these, you're only I know I've asked this twice, but I'm just trying to clarify it myself too. You're only replacing the windows that are already vinyl. You're not replacing like
Yeah.
wood windows in the house.
I will double check by the 18th because I wasn't at the house, but my understanding, and I'm 90% sure, is that we're only replacing already white vinyl windows.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I mean, we just need accurate information, that's all. And I
Absolutely.
appreciate that we're trying to get it. I would suggest, now the owner's not on, correct?
Nope.
Okay. So I would suggest, Alvin, if you would reach out and try to get something set up so that we can go get a site visit. I'm going to be available quite a lot between now and then. And, and if anybody else, once we get a couple times, if you can get a couple times, Commissioner Kroll, go ahead.
No, I'd volunteer to go with you. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
The only thing I want to add is that we don't have anything on file for replacement windows at this address. So those windows that have been replaced have been done so illegally.
Right. Well, or, I mean, how long has the person owned the house? There's a lot of stuff we got to find out before the next meeting that we're not going to, I think we've already know all we can know here tonight from the application and from the, the contractor. And I think we got to reach out for the site visit and then we'll go from there.
But even reaching out for a site visit, if the vinyl windows were installed illegally, that doesn't set a precedent to say you can replace in kind.
No, it doesn't, but it does change the potential for, was it the same owner? Was it a different owner? There's things we got to talk about. So, but it's something we're not going to find out tonight. So I would like to entertain a motion to continue, and then we'll schedule a site visit. And then, motion to continue by Commissioner Belton. Any second? Second. Any discussion on the motion? Okay, let me call the roll on that. Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
Commissioner Finn?
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland?
Yes.
Commissioner Bolton?
Yes.
And Commissioner Walsh is yes. Okay, we're going to continue that. We'll try to get a site visit, and Mr. Duplessis, if there is other information that you can get for us for the next meeting on the 18th, that would be good.
Sure.
And that's all we can do for that one right now. Thank you very much. Okay, what do we have next? Do we have no preservation? Okay, we have a preservation agreement. 2273 Main Street, replacement windows and doors. Application for a certificate for work under preservation agreement. The proposal is, okay, let me see. To accommodate,
I'm sorry.
yeah, jump in there, Alvin, please.
Because this isn't a public hearing, you guys can actually vote on this tonight.
Okay. Let me just make a note on this other, because I have Oakland and State, which are not going to be on here tonight. So I want to just write this first before I. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the trolley barn on Main Street. And accommodate the move, significant renovation must be completed. Exterior of the building structure will not be changed. Unfortunately, current office windows are in a state of significant deterioration with rotted wood frames, pieces of glass falling out. Could be bullet holes. Few windows present a safety hazard. Our intent is to replace the windows with substantially similar, updated window product that will allow a modern office to operate. In addition, the window replacement of doors facing Main Street in poor condition held together by plywood screwed to the interior. We are evaluating options, either rebuild the doors or replace with a similar product. JD Rivet is requesting approval to move forward with doors and window replacement. Please see attached documents for more detail and description. Okay. Do we have somebody here that's going to talk to us about this one?
Yeah, hi, this is Bob Ostrander. This is Bob Ostrander with JD Rivet, and I'm obviously talking about 2273 Main Street. And I think you described it fairly well. We would prefer to leave everything, but the doors and the windows are just too deteriorated. Our intent as we move into this facility is that we like the historical aspect. We want to keep as much as we possibly can. Just unfortunately, the windows are in such bad shape. They're probably 25 years beyond being able to be saved. So we have to move forward and replace them with as close a product as we can. And you should have details of the product that we're looking to have made.
And I'm just looking for, is there anything that you can tell us relative to are the new windows going to be wood windows?
There is a drawing. I don't know. You should have that. They're going to be.
Oh, here's a drawing. Okay, I got the drawing.
Okay, dark bronze clad metal.
Okay. All right. So this is the dark bronze. Fixed units look like double hung, but they're not operable. Okay.
Yeah.
Lowy, clear lowy. The lights are going to be duplicated. I see. Provide. Okay. All right. So they're not open. They're just going to be I get it. And then you have a render in there. Okay.
For both energy and safety, they're not going to be operable.
Okay. Okay, did I just lose? Can you guys still hear me?
I still hear you.
Okay, thank you, Tom. My computer just flashed at me. Okay. Let me just read through. I'm trying to, if there's any commissioners with questions, if you can toss them out for Bob. Now, under the preservation agreement. Okay. No, hearing, there's none? Okay. I mean, does anybody feel we need more information on the window or any visuals?
I would really like to see the condition of those windows because they have been operating out of that building for several years and it hasn't been a problem with the windows. And I'd like to see what we're taking out of that old trolley barn and see what kind of shape they're in. They may be salvageable because, as he said, they are 20 years beyond, but they may need some TLC just to be brought back to life.
There are some photos of the windows that I included. Our consultant for the windows said that his comment was that they're too far gone. The other thing that could be there is that there was plexiglass nailed to the inside of every single window in the building. There's plexiglass frames, so none of them, you couldn't access any of them anyway. And that's how they were getting by, how they were able to occupy the building, because they've covered them all up on the inside.
But that doesn't say that they couldn't be repaired appropriately just because they took an expeditious way of trying to secure the windows. But that doesn't say that the windows couldn't be brought back to life.
The consultant that we had who looked at the windows said the wood was too far deteriorated to be able to reconstruct them.
Well, I personally I'm not arguing with the consultant, but I would personally like to see the deterioration of these windows.
Well, part of my concern is, do I have enough information on the window going in there? Because if it does replicate it exactly, then I'm okay with that. It's not a residential property. It's a commercial property, and it's got a preservation agreement, but it's not in a historic district or anything like that. And if they duplicated them very well, color and lights, because there's a lot of interesting windows in that building. And part of my question, Bob, is are they going to duplicate each window the way it sits now with the lights and there's some...
Yeah, that's our intent. We love the windows. It creates so much natural light inside the building. Our intent is to try to make it exactly like it is now, and so that the window drawings that you see are the frames and everything are built to replicate what is in the building right now.
Okay, and if they're not going to be functional windows, then it's not a case of a frame taking up 2 to 3 inches on the top, bottom, and sides. In the what would appear to be the bottom sash will be sitting flat down on the original windowsill.
Yes.
And if it's not going to be an operational window, it would make it that much easier to fix it.
Okay.
Are you guys looking for like close-up photos, or do you also want to do a site visit to this particular property?
I would love to do a site visit.
Any other commissioners have an opinion?
Well, Tom had some very good points, and he interjected well, and I would be in agreement that perhaps that site visit on this particular building being specifically one of historical importance, trolley barn in the city. That's huge.
Right.
So I'm definitely with Tom. Site visit is probably the best way to proceed.
Okay.
I'd agree with that.
Okay. Well, we can do it a couple different ways. We could entertain a motion to continue this one as well.
So moved.
Subject to a site visit.
Yes.
So I have a motion to continue subject to a site visit.
Second that.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Finn. Any discussion on that motion? On I'm not sure what access or what, could just be an exterior, just to walk around the outside type of thing. But I'm open to that as well. And if there's no other discussion, let me just break the note here.
My site visit, I would like to see the interior of the window so you can see the condition of the wood.
Sure. I'm just not sure what, we're going to have to determine after this meeting what kind of access we're going to be able to get. That's all.
If
Okay.
you can give me a date and a time, I can be there and we can get in the inside of the office.
Okay. Well, then I don't know that I can do that tonight for you, Bob, but I will have Alvin reach out and we'll put a time together to get a couple of commissioners over there. Remember, we can't have more than 3. So, Tom, you want to be there? Anybody else want to be there?
I definitely want to be there because I brought up all these questions about the window.
Sure.
I think it would be unfair for me not to be there.
No, I agree, Tom. And Mr. McFarland, would you like to be there as well? Would that be possible?
I believe it would be possible.
Okay, well, let's work on it. I can be there. Anybody else wants to be, let me know.
Vincent, if it's next week, I can do it.
Okay.
I'm pretty open next week.
Okay, so we have plenty of commissioners willing. We just got to come up with a time, and I'll have Alvin. Alvin, if you can work on that for us tomorrow, that would be great. And so let me just take the vote on this motion to continue subject to a site visit to the 18th. Commissioner Kroll,
Yes.
Commissioner Finn,
Yes.
Commissioner McFarland,
Yes.
Commissioner Belton,
Yes.
and Commissioner Walsh is yes. Okay, so Bob, we just want to take a look and see, get a little better view, and we'll have it for a vote on the 18th.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right, next. Is there a next?
Nope, that completes the agenda.
Oh, I thought I had one other thing. Well, good. That completes the agenda. And if there's nothing else anybody wants to add, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.